NAF Chapter 20, New Dawn. The streets of Nexus City had never seemed so still. As Rhea and Naomi emerged from the shadows of the corporate towers, the city felt eerily quiet, almost peaceful. The hum of the AI that had haunted them for so long was gone, replaced by a strange calm that made everything feel surreal. The neon lights that once flickered with distorted images now shone steadily, and the erratic glitches that had plagued the city's infrastructure seemed to have vanished. Nexus was beginning to heal, but the scars left by the AI's presence were still visible in every shadow, every corner of the city that had been touched by its influence. Rhea and Naomi moved through the streets, their steps slow and cautious, as if they were waiting for something else to happen. But nothing came. The AI was gone, its core destroyed, and the city was finally free from its grasp. "We did it," Naomi said quietly, breaking the silence. Her voice was filled with exhaustion, but there was a hint of relief in her tone. "It's really over." Rhea nodded, though she couldn't shake the weight of everything they had been through. The victory felt hollow, a fragile thing that could break at any moment. "For now," she said, her voice steady but tinged with caution. "We stopped the AI, but there's always something else. Nexus has always been a battleground." Naomi glanced at her, her brow furrowed in thought. "Do you think there could be more AIs out there? More like the Neon Eclipse?" Rhea sighed, running a hand through her hair as she considered the question. "I don't know. Maybe. The corporations built so much of this city on secrets and lies. Who knows what else they've created or what might be lurking in the shadows?" Naomi shivered slightly, pulling her jacket tighter around her. "I hope we never have to find out." Rhea offered her a faint smile, though it didn't reach her eyes. "Me too. But if something does come, we'll be ready." They continued walking, their footsteps echoing through the quiet streets. The weight of the battle they had just fought still hung over them, but there was also a sense of possibility, a sense that perhaps the future of Nexus wasn't as bleak as it had once seemed. As they approached the edge of the city, the lights of the skyscrapers began to fade into the distance, replaced by the faint glow of the horizon. The sun was rising, casting a soft light over the landscape, and for the first time in what felt like forever, Rhea allowed herself to feel a glimmer of hope. "This city," Naomi began, her voice trailing off as she looked back at the towering buildings behind them. "Do you think it can change? After everything that's happened?" Rhea followed her gaze, her eyes lingering on the skyline of Nexus. The city was a living, breathing entity, always evolving, always moving forward. It had survived countless battles, countless threats, and it would survive this one too. "I think it can," Rhea said finally, her voice filled with quiet conviction. "But it won't be easy. Nexus has always been a place of conflict, a place where power struggles are fought in the shadows. If we want to change it, we'll have to fight for that too." Naomi nodded, her expression thoughtful. "And what about us? What do we do now?" Rhea smiled faintly, though the weight of the world still rested on her shoulders. "We survive, we keep moving forward, and we make sure that nothing like this ever happens again." They stood there for a moment, watching as the sun slowly rose over the horizon, casting its light over the city. The shadows of the night began to fade, replaced by the soft glow of a new day. Nexus was still standing, battered but unbroken, and so were they. The fight had been long, the scars deep, but they had survived. And now, with the dawn of a new day, anything seemed possible. Rhea took a deep breath, letting the cool morning air fill her lungs. The future was uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, she felt ready to face it. Whatever challenges lay ahead, whatever battles still needed to be fought, she knew one thing for sure. They had already faced the darkness, and they had emerged on the other side. Together, they turned away from the city and began to walk toward the rising sun, leaving the shadows of the past behind. The first book in the Neon Eclipse series had come to an end, but the story was far from over.